Hello there everybody, how is everybody doing? Welcome to another video here today. I am your humble and gracious host, Miss Nicolett here to show you guys my product home studio setup. In the past year, things have been crazy, as we all know. Okay, we know this, Nicolett, we know this. But it has been a crazy year, and honestly, when it comes to photography, product photography has been crazily on the upswing due to the way everything has been and how everything is really transported to being online. So knowing how to shoot products is really crucial, and having a setup that is flexible within your home is also pretty crucial if you are going into the product photography space. So today I wanted to go over all the things that I have in my studio space that is here in my house and tell you how much everything costs, what you can use as replacements in case these are a little bit too pricey, and keep this whole studio setup under $400 for you guys. That's right, under $400 for you guys. So you guys can start shooting some products for yourself as well. So if this is something that you're interested in, keep watching. So these two are the first two obvious things off the bat to me. You're gonna need a camera, that's a given. I'm not gonna add that in this full studio setup amount because everyone's gonna have a different camera and different capabilities with their camera. So camera, number one, you're gonna need that off of this. Yeah, cool, all right. The second thing is lighting, and again, it's gonna be based off of you, how you shoot, what you like, etc. If you like natural light, it's gonna be $3.99. If you want a strobe, it's gonna be about $1,000. If you wanna use LED lights, it's gonna be, I don't know, 50 to a few $100. But me personally, I just use a flash, Yongnuo flash. I'll link that down below. Not included in my studio setup, but that is the flash that I use, and usually I have it attached to my camera on the hot shoe, and I just direct the light where I want, and as you can see, I direct it usually in this direction where the diffuser is. But yes, those two things off the bat, we're not going to include them because that is something that you will just have to figure out on your own and see what you prefer camera-wise, lighting-wise, etc. So now that we got that obvious stuff out of the way, let's start with what I have behind me. First thing that you're gonna need is a tabletop. Honestly, you can shoot things on the floor, but shooting things on the floor is a lot harder, I find, because you really gotta be on the floor trying to shoot, and that is just, in my opinion, is not the move. So you're gonna need some sort of table. So if you don't have a table in your house, then you gotta buy a table. You can get some cheap ones from Walmart, Target, $10, $15. The one that I personally have is from IKEA, and it actually has rolling wheels. So I like this table personally because I can move it around as I need to, and the cost of my table was around $92. But again, if you do decide to go with the Walmart Target route, probably can find some for $15. We're just gonna highball, we're gonna say about $35 is that starting point for tables if you do go that route of getting one from Target, Walmart, etc. So table number one. Number two, next important thing is, well, if you're shooting products, you gotta shoot it against a backdrop, right? So backdrop is number two. The one that I like to use is seamless paper. Seamless paper works a lot easier for me, and I personally prefer it because if I get it dirty, if I put some sauce on it, whatever, I can just cut it off and then I start fresh and cool, ready to go. And seamless paper does range in its pricing depending on what size it is that you have. The backdrop that I have here set up for my product studio setup is around 5 feet wide, and there are other options where you can get ones that are larger, 9 feet, etc. But that's not for this shoot, you know, that's just too big and it's a pain in the butt trying to carry the box everywhere. So if you want a little 5-foot one, they're about $35 and you can purchase them online. B&H, Adorama, Savage Universal, whatever it is that you want, you can look them all up online on all the photography sites, and usually they offer backdrops. Personally, I have a pink, a blue, and a white, and they all work great, and you know. Next, we got number 3 on the list. You got a seamless paper, dope, cool, love it. Now you got the seamless paper, and now how are you gonna hang it? You're just gonna hang it on the wall? No, no. Though that is an option, and you can cut the paper and essentially tape it on the wall, it's not my style, so I'm gonna add this into the whole budget, and that is the backdrop stand. You can find, honestly, different backdrop stands that range from different price points. Personally, I've spent around $144 on my stand. You can find others that are cheaper, around 69 bucks or so. So, you know, you got options really. But I will say that when it comes to the backdrop stands, if you are someone who moves around a lot, I will suggest getting a backdrop stand that's a little bit more pricey, just so that it has more durability for you. I did purchase a cheap one from Amazon a while back, and I mean, like, I used it maybe 5 or 6 times, and then after I used it, it was just kind of like, and I was like, dang. So sometimes, you know, you gotta do what Billy Joel said, and you gotta get it right the first time. That's the main thing. Anyways, so yeah, get a backdrop stand that is quality, and if you don't and you start off with something cheap, not a problem. Just be aware that sometimes it's not as easy to lug around, or it's not as durable to lug around. So studio setup so far, we got a table, we got a backdrop stand, and we got a backdrop. Woo, awesome. Now we're going on to the extras of what you would need to get your product shot. And the first one is a C stand. Oh, I did not have a C stand for a long time, and probably within the last year I got the C stand, and it has been a miracle worker for me. I absolutely love it. So I love it for many reasons, right? Not only because it can hold my diffuser and I can move it as I need it with the arm, but also if you're doing any overhead shots, I find that if you are shooting with yourself over the product, you're not gonna get a truly flat image. You're gonna need to have something that is stable and that is connected. And when you get a C-stand, you can get a piece that is just like this one up here, and it makes a world of difference because you can also connect your camera, you can connect lights, you can connect anything it is that you want on this C-stand, and it just makes life easier. You don't need it, but if you do decide to kind of give yourself a splurge, make life a little easier, the C-stand is beautiful. Next on the list, attached to the C-stand, is a diffuser. Now, you can also use one of these. I forget what these are called. Basically one of these. You can use one of these little bounce cards. It's not a bounce card, it's like a presentation board, I would say, that you use for school. You can use one of these, honestly, when you're first starting out, and just connect this onto your C-stand or onto your table, honestly. Just put it up here, and then that way you can bounce light off of it. But it's up to preference, but this diffuser is going to really help you in a lot of different ways. Not only can you use it for product photography, but you can also use it when you're out and on location. This particular diffuser has 4 different sides, so again, it just provides you with a lot more flexibility, and I personally prefer it. It's pretty inexpensive. You can get it from Amazon, you can get it from B&H, wherever it is that you shop your photography stuff, and usually they're about $23. That's about the cheapest I was able to find, and does the trick, so no complaints. And then we move on to the more simpler things. Moving on from the diffuser, we're gonna move on to something that is actually very, very, very simple, easy, and overlooked sometimes, until you reach a moment where you're like, dang it, I need something. And that, my friends, is an A-clamp. An A-clamp is crucial. I cannot tell you enough. It is so crucial. They are like $3. You can get them from Home Depot. You can get them from your favorite whatever store. But A-clamps are crucial. One, it's carrying my lovely diffuser right here, as you can see. Crucial for that. And number 2 is important. Very, 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 very important. So when you have seamless paper, when you have anything of this sort of nature as far as backdrop wise, what you forget to realize is that as you are unrolling to tape, which tape you're gonna need as well, but I'm presuming you have some at your house. If you don't, you need tape too. But as you are rolling out your seamless paper and you have your backdrop taped to your table, it keeps rolling and rolling and rolling, especially as the paper weighs itself down. So to prevent it from rolling and rolling, you gotta keep it in place with something, and that A-clamp is gonna do the trick. I have about 2 or 3 of them, but honestly, you can never have too many because you can use it for so many different things that it honestly is worth it. Go spend 15 bucks on A-clamps, keep them at your house, have those different sizes available for yourself. They're great, I love them. So A-clamp is next on the list. Now we got the best for last. This is one thing that you will be able to use every day, all day, and honestly will make your product photography that much better, and that is a tripod. Seems obvious, I know, but a tripod is crucial for many reasons. When it comes to consistency in your photos, especially when you're shooting products, you may think that you are shooting it consistently by just sitting there and saying, okay, yeah, click, cool. All right, move the product, all right, cool, click, click. But it's not, I promise you it's not. There's gonna be a moment where your camera lens droops down a little bit, it droops up a little bit, you droop a little bit to the side this way, that way. And if you have a client who is professional, specific, and wants their shots shot a certain way so that it looks uniform on their website, it's just not gonna be uniform. So having a tripod is really great for uniformity, and it's also good for just getting quality photos. You can adjust your settings and allow more light in, boost ISO, bring your shutter speed down, etc. if it is in a stable position. So having a tripod is just crucial for so many reasons. And again, it's gonna be up to you and your preference and style. Personally, I have the Manfrotto Be Free. I love portability and I love the ability to move and walk around and not have to carry so much on me. So this one for me costed, I wanna say, about $194, but you can find plenty of other tripods when you're first starting out with that don't cost as much at all. So, you know, it's up to you, it's up to your preference, what it is that you like, but a tripod I think is crucial for your setup. And that wraps up everything that you're gonna need for your studio setup. So all in all, my personal studio setup costed me about $665, but you can always get an alternative, and the alternative is a lot cheaper sometimes, and you know, it's a good place to just start off. Get your foot in the door, start getting those photos that you need, and you can get more jobs that'll help pay for the more expensive things. That's the way that I see it, that's the way that I started. This is just the way that I have it for now. And at that price point, you can probably find everything that I have here for under, if not exactly, $400. So, you know, it's up to you, it's up to your preference. If you're just starting out, you don't have to go highball everything and, you know, spend all the money that you got. Yeah, here, take this, take that, you know, income tax, woo, take it all. But start off simple, start off small, and just take these notes and just remember what I'm telling you. Some of these things you might want to upgrade in the future. Some of these things you might want to upgrade off the bat just to make sure you don't have to pay those expenses in the future. But for me, doing product photography, this setup has worked for me really well. But yeah, that sums up all the price points for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you guys found it helpful, informational, and just something that you guys can now have the inspiration to go and create that product and studio setup for it yourself. It's not too pricey, just work slow. You don't have to get it all at once, and honestly, you'll get there. You will get there. If you want to do product photos, you will get there, my friends. You can do it! But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos about photography, different setups, lifestyle, travel, etc. Because I am here for all of that. I would like to continue doing this, but I don't know if you guys, you know, want me to continue if I don't see you guys subscribing or liking these videos. You feel me? You feel me? Anyways, thank you guys again so much. See you guys next week with another video. See you guys later. See ya.